that wants to know is that God within
Go
yourself.
ahead,
Somebody wants to know who is the truthful, who is the liar. You know, you really look, you see how dark the days are. This stuff coming up, and we know it.
That's right.
And we just want to know, can we do that?
That's right, come on.
You understand? Can we stand in this time based on the fact that all of the things that Jamil has taught us is coming, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is warning us there, right in front of our face. The God within wants to know, can we do that?
That's right.
I looked because I got a God within too. I want to know, can I do that?
Come on.
You know, I found an answer, a solution to all of us, because we all want to get over.
That's right.
We all want to be around and talk about how it was when we came out the wilderness, leaning on the Lord. The book says, if you help Allah, He will make your feet firm.
That's right.
See, if you got any punk in you,
Come on. Come on.
just help Allah. You won't come out. You know, kind of the way that we look at our job, we act like we think it's hard. Like selling them papers, that's difficult. Fixing that Negro bean suit, that's tough. You know what I'm saying? It's just a difficult thing for the man to do what he has to do. He's got a job that he has obligations to meet with God.
Right. That's right.
So he needs a help meet, and we got one. Okay, now, you got all of this, but then if you look at it, it still looks like it's hard. But we have examples in front of us. We saw the Honorable Elijah Muhammad never lighten up.
Never lighten up.
Regardless
Come
of
on.
adversity, he never gave up.
Come on.
I don't care if he was sick, he could hardly talk. If you just raise him up and give him a chance to open up his mouth, he was on his job.
That's right.
Everything that God blessed him with, he took it and used it to do the job that God gave him of raising the so-called American Negro. In front of us, if you don't want to look back, look at the example that's right in front of our face in the person of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Come on.
I mean, right to death door, 6 minutes away. You don't want to go no further than that. As a matter of fact, you don't want to go that. You want to say, try me not, but God is going to try each and every one. If you follow his example, then Allah will bless you to get through the trial. Because he never gave up and he never accused God of making it too hard.
That's right.
Let's go to a local example. Brother Chester.
Come on.
You know,
Yes, sir.
you have to go, each and every one of us. The only way you can don't die, don't be born. That's too late, you're already here. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
So if you go out, you don't want to go out like sissy like that. You don't want to do that.
Come on now.
You want to try to go like Brother Chester went.
Yes, sir.
He's a man that from the time that you met him, which is many, many years ago, until the final breath that he took, he was right there pushing the program, regardless of what the circumstances were.
That's right.
And sometimes we think because what we got to do with a short way to go, that is a little too hard. Well, that's because we're not recognizing what's going on right here among us. And I want to tell you this, and I want to get out of your face. You know, I don't know what recreation is, right?
Yes, sir.
Recreation, like if you get a chance to go play ball or kick it, that's recreation, and you down for that, right?
Right.
Now, what if I told you that what looks so hard, pushing this program, doing the charity, being a man, being a woman, pushing the paper, doing everything that a Muslim must do in order to raise our people, what if I told you that was just recreation? What kind of man are you, or what kind of woman are you if you can't have a little recreation? it down, recreation. That means that, you know, we mean do it over again. And creation, you know what that's all about? That was hard. But then doing it over again, recreation, when you have to do something like that, it's kicks, right? I mean, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? There was, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us, a small life germ, atom, in the dark. There's other atoms in the dark, but nothing was moving.
Come on now.
And a small life germ, atom, began to turn in the darkness.
Come on.
He began to turn with nothing making him turn.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? No prime mover, as they call it. He of himself began to turn.
Right.
All in the dark. And he's turning now. This is destroying the impossible.
Listen.
You know that had to be hard because there wasn't no turning. The law of inertia was in effect.
Right.
Things in motion tend to stay in motion, but you can't even get in motion because nothing's turning, nothing's moving, just in the dark.
Right.
Now, of himself, he turned himself. Now, after turning, destroying the impossible, I mean, the law of inertia out of effect now, because now he's already done that which was not done. So he could come out of black darkness as one. Now, you know, he hated the dark.
Come on.
I mean, he hated the dark so much that he went to war with the dark.
Come on.
That means that since you came from that God, and he was a warrior God, you're a warrior yourself.
That's right.
Are you listening? He went to war against the dark, and so therefore, look now, the universe is 76 quintillion miles. That's the distance of sunlight. When there was nothing but dark.
Come on now.
But let me tell you, he didn't do this by himself.
Come on.
If anybody up here or out there think that you can do it by yourself, it's impossible.
Come on now.
Here, because see what this small atom found out, that an atom is not one. An atom is just 1/10,000th of one.
That's right.
So therefore, in order to come out of black darkness as one, see, there were other dark atoms in the dark, like you ain't the only Negro. You know what I'm saying? But what he had to do was to get 9,999 other atoms and get them to turn it with him. That's the key.
That's right.
Everybody got to turn, and we have to turn together.
Right.
Then, if we want to be something instead of another Negro, we want to be one, we can come out of black darkness, but we got to turn together. One atom is a fraction. And Allah does not like fractions, nor does he like factions. Are you listening to me? If you got to click over here and click over there, and you think you all that and better than all that, Allah don't like that. And there's not going to be any real unity if you like that. And if we don't have real unity, we're not going to do this job. As a matter of fact, the job gets hard when it should be just recreation. See, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was not the prime mover. Allah came to him in the person of Master Farad Muhammad and found him in the darkness of ignorance.
Come on now.
And started him to turn it.
Right.
And then after he got him to turn it, left him with a job to get all of the rest of us turning so we can come out of black darkness as one. We're not talking about physical darkness, because the light of the sun has been created by God a long time ago. But we're We're talking about the darkness of ignorance that you and I find ourselves in right now. Being robbed, deaf, dumb, and blind to the knowledge of ourselves. Not knowing names, not knowing religion, not knowing origin, not knowing our God, and not loving ourselves. Can you hear me? Yes. That's the height of ignorance for black people that don't love black people.
That's right.
Monkeys love monkeys. You got more sense than a monkey, I think.
Go ahead.
You might think a monkey look funny. But every time a monkey see monkey, their heart get to palpitate. That's the love that they have for one another. But we don't have that because the slave master, he taught us to love everything that the white man loves, and to hate everything that the white man hates, including our own black self. So when it comes to uniting, we don't want to unite because we don't love the black man, but we integrate. It's what's on our mind because we love the white man. He taught us like that.
Come on now.
We what you call homeborn slave, but we got to come out the dark.
Come on.
The darkness of ignorance was prophesied in the Bible that those who walked in darkness, they will see a great light.
Yes, sir.
In another place it said they just sat there in the dark. All right, we got to get up, we got to move. We got two more things to do from here to there. This is what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said to us at Savior Day.
Come on.
From here on out, it's going to be work and study.
Come on now.
It's going to be work and study.
Go ahead.
Everybody, let's say it together. Work and study. He said work and study. Now, if it sounds hard to you, you know, that's only because you don't understand that you did this already. This is recreation, recreation. This is happening a second time. Assalamu alaikum.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness there is no God but Allah, who came to us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to whom all praise is due forever. We are forever thankful to him, the great Mahdi, for choosing one from among us, from the most despised and rejected people on the face of the planet Earth, that Georgia-born black man, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And today we are forever thankful to Allah for showing us mercy by giving us an honorable man, a reminder to us, a sincerely motivated, totally committed to see the rise of his people, in particular in humanity and good. He is a man who is like Paul was to Jesus. He is a man like Aaron was to Moses. I speak none other than the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I greet you this morning, and the greeting was of peace and paradise. Assalamu alaikum. Brothers and sisters, why don't we start giving a warm round of applause to all these pioneer and strong ministers. Brother Minister Charles, Brother Minister Joe, Brother Minister Wazir, and we're not finished yet. Let's give them another warm round of applause. Pioneer, who is a great help to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and his representative today, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It is quite an admiration to hear the powerful wisdom coming from the mouths of such men who have dedicated their lives and sacrifice for this mighty cause. As I heard Brother Minister Wazir talk about Brother Chester, I am so thankful to Allah that I was able to meet that brother. I am thankful to Allah to see what a true example of a warrior is. What a soldier for Allah is. He's such a soldier that even when he was feeling ill, he was talking about to getting up so he can go out in the street and sell. That's the kind of soldier, an example of dedication and will that we have, that we can practice if we only believe. But today we not only have to be believers, we got to be followers. And to be followers is to step up a notch. As we heard Brother Minister Wazir talk about the God who created himself out of triple darkness. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad tells us that in the will of God, that after God created himself, He then willed that the heavens and that which we see above, beneath and around us come to pass.
Come on.
He said he just willed that.
Come on.
He says here today we see it. Here today we are enjoying it. He said a will that was made in space where there was no planets and no stars. But his will comes true and made material things to come out of nothing. The brain has no limit of power. His power was forever to be respected and made known the will. And this is what we made today. Is to have the will of Almighty God. It's all praise to God. Now living in a wicked world like this, Satan is at work trying to break our will.
That's right.
But we have today find the proper components to put into practice to exercise our will. We must have faith today, which is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So as we're here this morning, what is it in your life that you want?
Come on.
What is it that you desire? Whatever it is that you desire, you're the one who sees it. None of us else see it. But if you start to practice and put into practical application your faith and your desire to bring about what you want, then you make it a reality. So we're here and we can bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad lined up his mind and his will with Master Farad Muhammad. And we today see the nation of Islam. We can bear witness that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is lining up his will and his mind with the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's why we're standing today on the foundation of the teaching of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Y'all all right, family? I'm just warming up to bring up the great rock from the side. That's what we're doing. So relax and enjoy this. But even though the enemy is planning after us, Allah tells us in the Holy Quran that they plan and he plans and our lives the best of plans. We won't get justice, but I'm here to remind you from the teaching of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, from the introduction of Fall of America, that he teaches that justice is the antithesis of wrong, the weapon that God will use to judge this country. Yes, sir. So what you and I got to do is put our faith and trust in Allah. And when we say Allah today to our guests and visitors, we're not talking about a spook God. We're talking about a God today who's in our midst, Master Farad Muhammad. And we're not no crazy people who drink alcohol and keep smoking when we talk about the mother plane. Because you got to understand that the Son of Man got wheels following him. All of us going to have to bear witness that the teaching of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad are 100% correct. Even though some of us got a lot of work to do. I want to introduce to you a faithful help, a faithful servant, a man who has worked hard diligently, a man that I've counseled with today, and all you hear from is the teaching of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, a man who stood by the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan when many were denouncing him. That's the kind of soldier I want to be like. That's the kind of warrior I want to be like. Brother Minister Abdul Rahman Muhammad. Bring him on.
Make it feel good, though. See young people.
Yes, sir.
Go like the Chester, in the Western go. And to know young dynamite like that is still back. It makes you go on the way a little easier.
Yes, sir.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. I bear witness that he appeared here in America. He came in the personage of the great, the great Master Farad Muhammad, to whom praises are due forever. Yes, sir. Fulfilling what had been previously written of him.
That's right.
As lightning shining out of the east, evenly unto the west, so shall it coming of the Son of Man. represents the sun as well as lightning. Like the sunlight, you know, it overtakes the nighttime. Likewise, Master Farad Muhammad came with a word.
Come on, right?
And just a little flash from it.
Come on.
Lit the minds of black people.
Yes, sir. That's right. That's right.
And when the little flash of this light, you know, lightning has destruction in it. And just from that little flash of that lightning, the devils took for the hills.
Come on.
They ran for cover.
That's right.
Because they was being exposed
Great.
by the great one from the east. And we can never thank him enough for finding a man that was born in the clay hills of Georgia. A man, well, I shouldn't say he found him, they found each other.
Yes, sir.
Because when he saw Master Farad Muhammad, he said he knew that was God in person.
Yes, sir.
Now, you know, black people have a problem with that. Muslims have a problem with that.
Come on, yes, sir.
From all around the world, they just don't want the divinity to have land on us here in America. They want to keep the holy shrine of Islam in the East. But the great prophet said that Islam, the sun, will rise
In the way.
And he came and deposited a word in this little Georgian-born man.
Come on.
And by him being without letters, it cast enmity and envy among the people who heard Master Farad Muhammad.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So they thought they was more worthy
Yes, sir.
than this little unlettered man from Georgia
Yes, sir.
who couldn't speak well, as we may say.
That's right.
But then he had to run for his life after the master had taught him for 3.5 years. And he got on his way, left him there on his own, not knowing that he was equipped to deal with the enemy. He didn't know he was equipped to deal with the enemy. But Master Farad Muhammad had juiced him up. Filled him full of juice to control the enemy and keep them at bay.
That's right.
But he didn't know that. So he ran for his life for 7 long years.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Then he was in prison for another 5 years. Now ask yourself this question. You disbelievers, you hard-headed, stiff-necked, rebellious people. Now ask you this question. Would a man tell you he's the messenger of God and would run for 7 years for his life, then spend 5 years in prison, knowing that the government of the land that he lived in don't like him? They imprison him. And then he knowing he got envy among his own people on the outside, calling him a disbeliever, that he ain't got real Islam, the Arab world didn't like it, nobody liked it. Ask yourself this question. Come on. If I had to spend 7 years running from people trying to kill me, and another 5 in prison, if I wasn't a real McCall, if I wasn't a real McCall, I'd cash my chips in. He wrote Master Farad Muhammad a letter, something said, this is too much here. You just put me on. Are you sure you got some power? But he knew. He had met with God.
Come on. Come on.
Well, that's a blessing.
Yes.
To all of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
For God to choose him, that made him choose us.
Right.
That's right. Now we got to act like he acted.
That's right, like that, like that.
So he was obedient to his teacher. Think about that. Now how much more obedient we gonna be to our teacher?
Come on.
Let me show you how bad this man is down to Elijah Muhammad is.
Come on now.
So first I got to let you know who he is, because you may think we just shooting off the top of our head and made up some stuff about a man.
Come on.
But he taught us. So God had to teach him that we write history that lasts 25,000 years in advance.
Come on.
And when a people are to live a portion of that history is given to a messenger or prophet in a book. Right? Called scripture. Not the whole book.
Come on now.
Scripture. Now in the scriptures that have already been among us, it says God tell a man he's going to raise a man up like Moses. I'm going to put my words in his mouth.
Yes, sir.
Now so the world is looking for a man like Moses. And a man looking like Moses got to come under the same conditions that Moses lived under. He got to have a slave master. And a cruel slave master at that. And his people got to be enslaved.
That's right, right.
All right. Now, the Arab world, I have to get on them because they, so the Muslim world.
Right. Come on.
They want to vintage all of it. They want the man like Moses to be Prophet Muhammad.
That's right.
But it can't be.
Can't be.
Go ahead. A prophet ain't got no slave master over here. His people never were enslaved.
That's right.
So it can't be.
Can't be.
Huh?
Can't be.
Then the Holy Quran says, he forged it. Nay, it is the truth. From thy Lord that thou mayest warn the people, to whom no one has ever come before,
Come on now. Teach the book.
that they may walk aright.
Go ahead.
That's right.
Come on.
The Arabs want that.
That's right. They want that.
They want that too.
Come on now.
They want to say that's Prophet Muhammad.
Can't say it.
But they can't say it.
Come on now.
Because we had one.
That's right.
That's right.
Abraham built the Kaaba. Right along with Ishmael.
Come on now.
And one of them was prophets.
Yeah.
And it's been said in different hadith that a prophet appeared in that part of the world every 100 years.
That's right.
But they want it.
They want it. They want us to have nothing. Come on.
They don't want us, that's right. But they want us to have nothing. But they can't get away with it. Then the Bible said before the great dreadful day of the Lord, I send you Elijah.
Come on. Malachi 4.
Now they can't claim that. The Bible said Elijah. Look about it now, praise be to God. Outright name the man who's going to be. But now, Allah put the Quran together in a way where you have to have a spiritual eye to see how he put it.
That's right. Come on.
Come on, come on.
Now here God is revealing something to Prophet Muhammad. He says, hold on.
Come on.
You want to go hang with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, no. You're talking about it.
I know someone sitting like that. See, they going on with the teeth. They
Make a word about it. Just how you take it.
When the angel said, oh Mary, surely Allah give thee good news with a word from him, of one whose name is the Messiah. Jesus, son of Mary, word that regarding this world and the hereafter and of those who are drawn near to Allah. And he will speak to the people when in the cradle and when of old age. And he will be one of the good ones.
That's right, that's
She
right.
said, my Lord, how can I have a son and a man has not yet touched me? He said, even so, Allah creates what he pleased. When he decrees a matter, he only says to thee, and it is.
Yeah.
Listen now, listen now. And he will teach him the book and the wisdom and the Torah and the gospel. And make him a messenger to the children of Israel, saying, I have come to you with a sign from your Lord, and I determined for you out of dust the form of a bird, then I breathe into it, and it becomes a bird with a Lord's permission. And I heal the blind.
Yes, sir.
And the leprosy.
Yes, sir.
And bring the dead to life with a Lord's permission. And I inform you of what you should eat and what you should store in your house. Sure that there's a sign in this for you if you are believers.
Come on.
Oh, never see the point is this. Allah is revealing this to Prophet Muhammad.
That's right.
According to history, Prophet Muhammad lived how many, what about 600 years after Jesus came on the scene?
Yes, sir.
600 years after the so-called Jesus was here.
That's right.
So this is not talking about
That's right.
the Jesus of 2,000 years ago.
That's right.
Why? Because the key word is right here. And he will speak.
That's right.
Mean the future.
That's right.
So now why would God reveal something to a prophet that they already have about what a man is going to do?
That's right.
Come on now. He had to put it under the name of Jesus to protect the innocent.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
So, but the Jesus, the name you coming into Jesus is the Messiah, but the Messiah didn't live 2,000 years ago. The Messiah is to live at the end of the world.
That's right.
And it said he will speak to the people when in the cradle and when of old age.
Yes, sir.
What do you mean speak to him in the cradle?
Come on now.
Elijah Muhammad was a grown man when he was together to teach. But when the authorities had him,
Come on.
they had him under light, drilling him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All night long, and he was, what we say, in an early age. Because he was just 12 years in his mission when that taking place.
Come on now.
Huh?
Go to
He was speaking to someone.
now.
Yeah, from a cradle.
Come on.
Into old age. The man lived 2,000 years ago, lived to be 36 years old.
That's right there.
Christians said 33.
Come on, brother.
To form the masonry strangers around 32 degrees. So they want to make the man 33 years old. Oh, we got the drawing.
Come on, teach, brother. Man. We got to teach.
Come on. We was eating black-eyed peas, cornbread. Eating pig from his root to his tooth. And here he said he would teach them, inform them of what you should eat.
Come on. Yes, sir.
And what all of us Muslims got stuff stored up. Because Fatima ain't got nothing to say so. Well, she gonna whoop. When earthquakes and floods come, if you in the way, you gonna get punished right along with the wicked. If the grocery store's closed, it ain't nothing. You ain't got no money. If you ain't got nothing at home, baby, you gonna be in trouble. But see, we got a messenger.
Yeah.
Who else taught us these things?
That's right.
Praise be to Allah.
Praise be to
Lord. Now, Allah tells us in the 16th chapter of the Holy Quran, 101, that he changed a message for a message.
Listen now. That's right.
Huh? But when he changed the message for it, the loud cry come out. Ah! He forged it.
Come on.
Hold on, let me show you what he said. Yeah, they cry high, loud.
That's right.
We want to do something new come.
Right.
We want to keep it all in Mecca. And we want to keep the Kaaba, although we scared punks and everything in the bed with Bush and everybody. We buy out more war material than any other nation in the world. So we ain't depending on Almighty Allah, we depending on Bush and his church.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're afraid of Sudan. Hussein, when you tell Sudan, they said, bring it. We're going to see who Allah with today. Now it's that Bush and the troops. But they want the holy shrine of Islam.
Yeah, that's right.
They want to be the chosen people. Don't want to let nobody tell them. They're waxed fat. They're turned greedy. Yeah. Prophet Muhammad said 3 generations after 300 years went by, then Islam got what we say in check for 1,000 years. And during that 1,000 years, the people who was controlling Islam waxed fat. Muckness in it in. A crooked way, the book said. They're like the devil said, he's going to come before them in the straight path. He's going to come right up in the religion. You got the so-called Arab Muslims over there in Las Vegas gambling. Bringing in whores and prostitutes out of London and pay. I was there, I seen that. Slot machines and everything. Poor people is all around in the streets of Arabia begging, and they waxing fat. The damn oil don't belong to no one king. The oil belong to everybody lives. And you got all that oil. In bed with Bush. But you don't want to turn loose the holy shrine of Islam. You want everybody come in that car and then you commercialize off us when we come. You have them disease-ridden lambs and goats that you want me to pay hundreds of dollars for as a sacrifice, and when I kill it, you don't even feed it to the poor. You throw it in a damn ditch somewhere and bury it. I know what you do. When past time comes, they want to commercialize off everything. Now all the money they got, people got poverty in Arabia. Sometimes I say it's better to do business with old lying, conniving, cutthroat Jews. Because we have become part of this world. The Arabs have become part of being devils. Because they feel how the devil rules. So they take on those same attributes. They want to lord themselves over somebody. Just like a nigga in America. Get a nigga badge and a gun and talk and tell me he's in charge. Beat your head. He don't know how to rule but one way. That's how he seen our boss do. That's right. So we live under the influence of that. So the Arab world got the money, they want people other than in poverty. So they can throw a crumb out every now and then and say, Alhamdulillah, I feed the poor. I feed the poor. You ain't feeding no poor. I've been there begging, people in the streets begging. Idi Amin was the big president of Uganda. He was living in Mecca.
Yes, sir.
Living in a tin house.
Yes, sir.
What I mean by the tin house, cans with beans and vegetables come in, flat out. That's right. Made a house out of it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dirty floors.
Yes, sir.
No hardwood floor. No carpet. Dirty floor in Mecca.
Yes, sir.
And you and I are behind up and down in America. We want to put on a dollar bill, kufi, and alhamdulillah. The nation of Islam is not real Islam. That's not real Islam. Come, me teach you real Islam. Look, man.
Listen.
See, but we got to draw it.
Come on now.
We got say when the message come out. And when we change that message for a message, and I know that's what he revealed. They say, thou art only for you.
That's right.
Nay, most of them know not. Say the Holy Spirit has revealed it from the Lord with truth.
Yes, sir.
With truth.
It's true.
That it may establish those who believe. And it guides the good news for those who submit.
Come on. Come on now.
Now ask yourself this question.
Come on now.
Is the Nation of Islam established?
Yes, sir.
How could it be established if God didn't do it?
Come on now.
It's right here.
That's right.
He said he will establish those who believe.
Who believes?
Because he knows opposition.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you already done said he forged it.
Yeah, that's what he said we forged it.
You already said that's opposition already.
That's what they said.
So when God said, if you believe, I'm going to establish you.
Come on.
Think about that now.
Yes, sir.
Now, you know, this was, according to the Quran, this was revealed in Mecca. But this was revealed in where Genesis is going. In Detroit.
That's right.
Listen. See, the white folks know more about us than we know about ourselves. People who call themselves shrinkers.
Yeah.
Listen to them, listen. They're known as Muslim sons. We make them study from 35 to 50 years about the original man's wisdom.
Come on now.
So they could come among us. And we would kill them as fast as we would have loved them. You know that's right. All right, now this was the building. You know what the Islamists call that temple in Detroit? Mecca.
That's right.
And the Quran that said this was revealed at Mecca. Now, see, the question is with us today. Come on, teach on what Mecca was. That's all I'm talking about here. Teach. And then Medina lies south. Kind of over in the valley of the shadows of death. Come on. Approximately the same mileage.
That's right.
As Medina is from Mecca and Arabia, Chicago and Detroit are almost the same distance.
Come on now.
See, all the book is about me and you.
Yeah. Come on.
Now you know God would leave. Just think of this. All you have to do is think, black man.
Come on.
Black woman, just think. Would God leave us without a God forever? Would he favor us with his blessing, his protection? Who protects Farrakhan?
Come on.
Who protect these speakers, these teachers on your head?
Come on now.
I walk among the devil and the devil. That's that nigga Farrakhan. They call that big red nigga the rocker. And we can stop that nigga. He wouldn't be able to pass it down to them young ones coming out. But do you think I'm afraid of the brother?
No!
Come on. Every time I hit the streets, I said, Bismillah. See, Allah put so much in there so you can't miss it.
Yeah.
See, over here, in the duration, it said, bring that same subject back up. He said, in the name of Allah, the name of the Most High, Allah, am the best knower.
That's right.
Or do they say he has forged it? Nay, it is the truth from thy Lord. That thou mayest one of the people to whom no one has ever come before. Come on. Then brings it back up again in the 62nd. Say, here it is who was raised from among the illiterates. A messenger from among them. who recites to them his message and purifies them.
Yeah.
Teach them the book and the wisdom. Although they were before settling in manifested. They got another passage in there that said, those who follow the prophet, the messenger only, whom they find mentioned in the Torah and the gospel. He enjoins them good and forbids them evil. He offers them the good things to prohibit them the impure things. Those who follow him and honor him and help him.
Come on.
These are the successful ones. He removed the shackles and the burdens from his own day. Those who honor him and help him. These are the successful ones. Man, do you see us being unsuccessful?
Come on. Teach. Come on.
We're showing you the way. We got a pattern.
Come on.
You know this, man. I'm relying on
Bring it home.
build farmland, get us a pattern. What we got to do is people. You go up every schools in every major city. So I have a pattern to show you what we should do. And then he said, well, they don't really believe who I am. He said, well, he come out and he said, it's expedient for you that I go away. Well, if I not go away, I can't send him until as long as I'm here, Father can't come up. He said, I got to get out of the way. So he disappeared and told us beforehand I was at the table.
Come on,
Go ahead. He told us that the nation gonna go down.
That's right.
Way down. And he said, all of y'all gonna leave me.
That's right.
Now, you know, naturally, I didn't think I thought I was cool. I thought I was in the lock. I thought I was truly locked out. I didn't never think I could leave down and be like Muhammad. But it happened. And then he said, we all come back and rebuild it again. He said, I'm going to show you how bad I am. I'm going to get out of your way. That's a bad man. Ooh, when I think about what went down, that's awesome. Look, let us lose it all.
Yes, sir. That's right.
But I'm going to show you some power.
That's
I'm going to pull the scales off of Farrakhan's eye. And when Farrakhan pulled the scales off his eye, the boys, he said, I'm going to rebuild the teachings of the Honorable Elijah. Everybody, another flash of lightning.
Another flash.
Now, many of the people didn't believe Farrakhan would be able to do this because, well, if his boy was sitting there growling. The devil was big bad. Don't want to see the nation of Islam come back up no more. He ready to pounce on somebody and destroy them before they come. The Arab world already been jealous. We got rid of Elijah. And then we got War D there pushing our way.
Exactly.
So we straight. So
That's what
the
they
opposition come up against this stuff,
Come on.
we're gonna crush it.
Come on. They were saying.
But then the book said, now this little lamb rose up. In the midst of four beasts. The Honorable Elijah Mama had some advanced teaching for him. The book said, he looked in the heaven and looked all over there. Hey!
Come on,
And the angels worked. Because was no one found worthy to take the book from him to set on the throne.
Come on now.
That's right now, man. Well, it looked like the man who had been slain. Foundation of the world. Man, the hypocrites in the nation of Islam was knowing that Farrakhan taking big plugs and right out of his back. Farrakhan did his stuff. Stood up. Said he's gonna rebuild the nation. That's right. So he took the book from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who's on that throne. Don't think he's Jesus says expedient for you that I go away, for I go not away. The comforter shall not come unto you.
That's right.
He said, how be it I will send him unto you?
Yeah.
And he shall lead you and guide you into all truth. He will take of me and show it unto you. When he comes, God God is not a something, not nothing. He has not unveiled. You cannot name something this man has not taught about.
You know that's right.
Nothing.
Come on, Mr.
Your peace-side brain can't even conceive.
Come on.
Think about it. Nothing. The whole Arab world, the Muslim world, they went down in Libya and beat up on them so-called Muslim leaders down there.
That's right.
Raising and demonstrating over somebody urinating on the come up.
That's right.
Raising that. Now, Muslim girl get raped over there and they kill her, kill all the damn her family. You don't do a damn thing. You punk, you weak, tired. I guarantee you touch one of them over there.
Come on.
Go strap a damn bomb on and go kill some of your own people. What kind of craziness is that? Damn big white devil standing up in front of you. Everybody know he's your open enemy. Over there raping Muslim girls and you stand back like a wimp. I need to go over there and kick you behind my sack. All of Quran say in the resurrection. When the sun and the moon come together. Yes, sir. You know, literally. The sun and the moon ain't gonna come together. But this is what the Quran says. When the sun and the moon comes together. So the scholars of Islam try to interpret this, what this means. They says, part means that eclipse may come during the month of Ramadan. But then he goes down here a little further and said, it's probably in the days of the Mahdi and the Messiah. Where the flag at?
Come on now. Right there.
See that flag over there?
Yes, sir.
It's the sun, the moon, and the stars. But the Holy Quran don't talk about the star. It said when the sun and the moon come together.
Come on now.
But Master Farad Muhammad been the scientist of scientists.
That's right.
He gave us a flag that's fitting of the time that he was in.
Yes, sir.
So that sun represents him. That moon represents the honorable Elijah Muhammad.
That's right.
And like there are so many stars in the sky. Go ahead. That represent us who are the followers of the sun and the moon.
That's right.
Come on now.
There's many stars.
That's right.
Master Farad just don't mean freedom, justice, and equality. It means me and you being with God.
Yeah.
All praise is due to the Lord.
Come on, praise.
The one talks about surely man is in love. Except those who believe and do good. And exalt one another to truth. Think about that. Praise. Now listen now. Man is in love, but the devil mentioned that time factor. See, what you have to learn today, we're in our time. The black man is in the time of his rise. Come on. See, and we have to take advantage of that. Us, we're going to perish from there.
Yes, sir.
Because waste matter, we don't miss that. We're not contributing nothing to society. We can blow you away, no you exist.
That's right.
Anything take you away from him. But see, you got to come under the umbrella of protection that God has brought us. Now you pleasing God, are you?
Come on now. Come on.
See, this ain't just a religion we got.
That's right.
This is a way of life to save everybody that want to be righteous.
Come on, brother.
Praise be to God. I'm gonna be through in a minute.
Take your time. Take your time. Come on. We be well.
Listen now, the devil said, told God to respect me until the day that they're raised. He says here, to the period of the time made known. See, we read right about that, but the devil said, until the period of the time is made known. That means that God got to come along and make you know that time.
Come on now.
So God has let them know that time is made known. And the devil said, I'm going to come upon them. He said, I'm going to make them all deviate. Now, many of us Muslims read this and we think it's talking about the dead man out there in the street. Well, let us ask ourselves.
Come on now.
Have we deviated?
Yeah. Come on now. Good question.
What should I be doing? I should be coming to the mosque when the meeting's over.
That's right.
I don't come, I'm deviating.
I'm deep.
I've been asked by our leader to sell a few papers. I don't sell none.
No.
I'm deviating.
I'm deep.
I've been asked to give some charity that says that this Islam going to save your life from drinking, smoking, alcohol, eating all day long, all night long.
Yeah.
To save your life completely. Those of us know Islam has saved our life,
That's right.
but we don't give no charity.
No chance. Come on.
That's deviation. What we get with our devil friends. Talk about the administration here and the rest of the world. Talk about each other. Backbiting, slanderizing, eating the flesh of their brother's back. Oh, that's deviation. Bothering another man's wife and a woman bothering another man's little sister's husband. Oh, that's deviation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the devil said, he's going to make us all deviate except the purified ones. Now, what category are we going to fit in? Deviation or purification? See, we have to ask ourselves these questions. Let me give you some else.
Come on.
Your mind just gets so triggered with that. Listen to what they say now. You know, it's good. The truth is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at now. See, we got a lot of people that says, had it been a near game, in a short journey, they would certainly have followed thee, but the hard journey was too long for them. And they swear by Allah. If we had been able, we'd have hung out with you. They said we would have gone forth with you. Allah said they caused their own souls to perish. And Allah knows that they are liars.
Listen.
Get home.
Come on now. Come on.
When you read that, they are liars. This is the point right here. And many of you guilty of it. Many of you guilty of it. Come on. We got a tendency to say, when I get straight, man, I'll be back. That's what
Come on.
you know how it is.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I ain't that way. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what you're saying. You got to tell me what you're saying. They don't want to tell it all. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what you're saying. Look now, listen, because this is important when I'm going to tell you, so you don't fall under this. It's God's word. Now the book says, I'm the best knower. Yes, sir. This book is from the Lord of the world. Now, ain't no doubt in the Bible. It tells you what your weak behind gonna do before you do it.
Go ahead. Come on.
That's the truth. That's why a lot of us gonna make me get engaged.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna ride.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Whatever Farrakhan got down the road with, we going through it together.
Go ahead. Teach me that will.
Look what it says. Listen to this closely now. Those who believe in Allah and the last day, as not leave of thee to stray away from striving hard with their wealth and their purses. And Allah knows those who keep their duty.
Teach. Go ahead.
Now that's the believer. Say he don't never ask leave
Don't never ask me. Never.
of striving.
That's right.
Then it says, they alone, as leave of thee who believe not. That's right. You know, in the last day, and their hearts are in doubt. So in their doubt, they waver. All you got to do is put it on there. Wag, now, that's you. You know you're wavering. Ain't nobody gonna tell you you wavering. You know when you come and show.
Come on now.
You know when you cheat on your wife.
Right.
You know when you done took some money from somebody else. You know when you're old folks. You know when you're wavering. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And nobody say, I taught you. You already know it.
You already know it. That's right.
Look at that. And if they had intended to go forth, they would certainly have provided equipment for you.
If they intended.
If you had intended to be a good person, you make preparation.
Make preparation. Pray.
The book got the drawings on it.
Come on, man. Come on, brother.
The book got the blueprint on your life.
That's right.
That's right. Look what it says. So Allah certainly have provided equipment for you, but Allah did not like they going forth. So he withheld them. And it was said, hold back with those who hold back. Had they gone forth with you, they would have added to you no trouble. And would have heard to and fro among you, seeking to sow dissension among you. And among you, there are those who would listen to them.
Yeah.
And Allah well knows the wrongdoer. That's right. See, when you ain't doing nothing, you won't company.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, you going out today? Yeah, I'm going. Oh, man, I don't think I'm going out tonight. So you want company? Man, they ain't gonna talk about nothing. Same old talk. Come on, man. Go ahead, bro. We already got the piece, man. I can be a good Muslim at home, but I can't go out there.
Come on.
You know, they ain't gonna do them a rally for some money when they get out there.
Right. That's what we're gonna do.
Every time they have a call out, all they want is some money.
Come on.
Huh? Sowing dissension.
So nice.
And then you got a ear. Yeah. What else? You just get rid of puke it. Right. Yeah, man, I've seen him start adding stuff to it.
Right.
Come on now. And I've seen the ministers compromise and play. Well, man, I don't want to talk about it. See, like that. I don't want to drop that over. This is the way they do it.
Yeah.
And then another part of the Holy Ghost said they withhold their hands.
Yeah.
Hoping that you will fail.
Yeah.
And that young man over there lose out. The minister Farrakhan said, well, let me send another
Come on now.
rotten veteran in it. You can't stop this.
Come on, bro, man.
You are a hypocrite. I said it again. You are a hypocrite. To want the demise of a label. I don't care if the king comes. If you got the post, support the post. In my conclusion, conclude.
Come on.
Oh, this is a humdinger here.
Come on.
I'd rather do this than eat when I'm hungry. Eating in Islam is our favorite pastime. And I'm going to be pretty hungry, but Jamil, you got all the time you want. We celebrate. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We go an hour over time today. It's all right. Credit. I want all y'all to listen to this.
Yeah, listen. Come on, you teach it.
I'm telling you, this book is so beautiful.
Yeah, teach it. You teach it.
And like I said, when I first started reading it, I couldn't take half the damn the Bible draws us long story. The Bible said David and what was that? No, his buddy. Jonathan. They love exceeded the love that a man have for a woman. I said, that's a strong brotherhood. They tell the whole story of their love and song. Then Goliath show up. So that's when the Bible, when the Quran don't read like that. So I was upset. But I love so much.
Yeah.
He made this little blind brother begin to see. And the more he made me see it, I just jump all the way to the room.
All right.
Clicking my ears. Hey, listen to this. Come on. It's in the parable called the cave. Fifth section.
Yes, sir.
32nd verse, it said, and set forth to them the parable of two men. For one of them we made two gardens of grapevines, and we surrounded them with date palms, and between them we made cornfields. Both these gardens yielded their fruit and failed not in aught thereof, and we caused rivers to gush forth in their midst. And he had fruit, so he said to his companion while he argued with him, I have greater wealth than thou, and I am mighty in followers. And he went into his garden. While he was unjust to himself, he said, I think not that this will ever perish. And I think not that the hour will come. And even if I ever return to my Lord, I will certainly find a returning place better than this. His companion said to him while arguing with him, disbelievest thou in him who created thee of dust, then of a small light germ? Then he made thee a perfect man? But as for me, he Allah is my Lord. And I associate none with my Lord. And whatever didst thou not say, when thou intendest thy God, it is as Allah has pleased.
That's right.
There is no power save in Allah. If thou consider me as less than thee in wealth and children, then maybe my Lord will give me better than thy God, and will send on you a reckoning from heaven, so that it is the dust without plan, or his water will sink down into the ground, so that thou art unable to find it. And his fruits was destroyed, so he began to wring his hand for what he had spent on it, while it laid waste his roof falling down. And he said, oh, me would that I had ascribed no partner to my Lord. And he had no host to help him against Allah, nor could he defend himself. Thus protection is only Allah, the true one, is best to reward the best and required. And maybe y'all didn't get too much out of that.
Yeah.
But let me break it down.
Go ahead.
Oh, Allah, thank you over and over again. America's very approachable.
That's
right.
She said, I said a queen and I shall see no son. shall not see the loss of children. That's America. Talk that right. And this man here thought he was going, his God would never perish.
Right.
Let's see, is this really America? I think you're going to see it when I tell you. He said it was a garden of grapevine. They grow on the West Coast. Yes. And said, and date palms over there. They grow on the East Coast. Out of South Carolina.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In the midst of cornfields. Illinois.
That's right.
Come on, Indiana. That's right. Full of corn in the midst. Yeah. River and a river flow. Come on, Mississippi. The Mississippi. Come on, no. Coming from way up north. Way down in the top. It's a parable of America.
Yes, sir.
In the end, he's going to wring his hand. So, woe is me.
Right.
Shouldn't have strived no partner.
Come on now.
You know?
Listen to him.
Of our God, it's all written. Come on, right? They're going to take place.
That's right.
Brothers and sisters, what did you know that we winning?
That's right. Come on.
Right now.
We are winning.
Yes.
Right.
The pictures are beginning to fall.
Right.
You know when a man playing poker, as they teaching y'all on TV these days? When he ain't got a good hand, the man throws a big bet up there, he's up over. The preachers know they don't have a good hand.
Come on now.
They fold it.
Come on now.
They're telling us, in Atlanta, they're telling us, come, lead us, we don't know the way. And I ain't talking about no shoe shine preacher, I'm talking about big niggas. We gotta get ready to go down in the hood with us.
That's right.
To knock on doors, spread the papers. We're gonna meet with about 100 of them Friday. That's just the beginning. They're gonna be doing it all. See, it's gonna be like a snowball.
That's right.
Once they hear about the preachers and crumble in Atlanta. That's it, man. Yeah. Once they find out they're crumble in Atlanta. Well, hell, I've been wanting to give it to Moose all along. Excuse brothers and sisters, I ain't gonna talk to y'all. I'm out of here.
Brothers and sisters, as we heard from Mr. Abdul Rahman, and now we are getting ready to hear from one of our brothers who's also been working for quite a long time in the mighty nation of Islam. He is a national representative. Some of you may not know him. Some of you have heard of him. You see him a lot on Savior's Days and different events that we have with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Now, did we get fed or what? At this time, we are going to bring one of our brothers who's also a fireborn in the nation of Islam.
That's right.
This is a man that every time I hear him speak, I really ask myself, how does his mind work? Because he has a way of relating everything with something. And let me and welcome, help me to bring up and introduce to you, some of you, and welcome to Phoenix, Arizona, Brother Minister Jamil Muhammad.
In the name of Allah, the beneficent, merciful, one God to whom all praise is due forever, who came to us in the divine person of Master Farad Muhammad, We thank you over and over and over again for raising up in our midst a divine leader, a divine teacher, a divine guide, the most honorable Mr. Elijah Muhammad, messenger of Allah to us all, now risen and exalted as Christ. We thank both Allah for his coming, for his raising up the messenger. We thank the Honorable Elijah Muhammad for his input in shaping a third man who is a great gift to us. A real undeserved kindness and grace and mercy from God. I speak of my brother and yours, our exemplar, our defender, our reminder, our true friend, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It gives me a great privilege and pleasure and honor to greet you, my beloved brothers and sisters of Phoenix, Arizona, at Muhammad Mosque number 32, with the greetings of peace and of paradise. We say Assalamu alaikum. Dear beloved brothers and sisters, it is an honor for me to be here with you and to conclude this morning's service with a reminder and an appeal. To Brother Minister Patrick and those who labor with him in Phoenix, thank you for your warm welcome. To those who have served as the bookends on this weekend's activities, which brought us an understanding a little bit higher, a degree more, of the nature of life and death and the mission that we have in this city and around the nation. I thank Allah for the life and the work and the example and the spirit and the brotherhood of our brother Chester. May Allah be pleased with him in Phoenix, Arizona. I thank Allah for the life and example which continues and is about to improve the life and the example of our brother Captain Salim Muhammad, the honoree of this weekend in the Since I'm thanking Allah and so are you, let me be clear about my gratitude for those brothers who gave to us a glimpse into the major leagues of the representation of the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. When I was a young boy, there was a Little League baseball league called the Knothole League. I don't know if you remember what the Knothole League was. You remember Knothole baseball, Brother David? Knothole baseball was formed off the premise that there were little boys, little street urchins who wanted to play the national pastime, but they were forced because they didn't have enough money to buy a ticket for admission to the big grandstand of the ballpark to peep in through the fence when they found a knothole and look in and see the great ball players of their day, to see the Josh Gibsons and the cool Papa Bells, to see Satchel Paige and all the, watch out there, and see the great ball players of their day and dream that one day they would suit up, put some pine tar on their hands and go to the plate and take a swing at bat. I'm telling you, I'm a knothole kid. And these are the major leaguers. Thank you, Minister Wazir. Thank you, Minister Rahman. Thank you, those who have laid the path and groundwork for us to stand before you today. Now, we don't have long, but we want to make sure that we can do what is appointed for us during the time for which it has been appointed. I listened to the words that you heard this morning. There is no clearer teaching. There is no better reasoning. You can't tell me you don't understand what you heard. The only question is, what are you going to do about what you heard this morning? A fool could understand that the very alignment of the heavens and the earth point to the rise of the black man and black woman. The most unintelligent among us can see that every political, social, economic reality on earth leads to and calls for the rise of the black man and woman in the hells of North America.
That's right.
In your soul and in the marrow of your bones. Even though you can't identify it, you can't quantify it, you can't put your finger on it, you know that you're calling out for something different, something new, something better, had before. You don't want to continue to live the life of a Negro. You don't want to continue to live the life of a woman with a checkered past. You don't want to continue to live the life of substance abuse and dependency on chemicals. You don't want to live the life of dependency on the white man for a paycheck that you got to give up all your dignity to get every week. And on Friday, there ain't nothing but enough to get you back to work on Monday for your work. You don't want to live like that. I'm here to tell you this morning that the man of the hour that God gave to you and me to deliver us from this condition is present with us today. The man, y'all don't hear me now, the man that God gave to us to deliver us from that condition is present with us today. His name is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. This world don't understand that yet. The surgical precision of the scriptural exegesis that you heard this morning from Minister Abdul Rahman Muhammad. The deceptive simplicity of the depth of logic that you heard in Minister Abdul Wazir Muhammad. The idea in your mind that if recreation is what you seek, then God has provided it for you. The idea in your mind that you wish you understood the scriptures and could navigate them and reasonably put them to work in your life. You got hope when you heard Minister Rahman. When your daughters saw Minister Aisha standing where I'm standing right now, they saw a hope and an example and somebody that be like somebody Islam is the answer. And so today I didn't come to argue with you. I didn't come to debate with you. The Nation of Islam debating with you about philosophy is not a fair fight. It's not a fair fight. When I was 8 years old, in the Madisonville section of Cincinnati where I grew up. Shut up, Dennis. When I was 8 years old, they used to have the Junior Golden Glove AAU boxing competition. And all the little boys in the neighborhood wanted to throw them things. Everybody wanted to be the champion, and God bless me, I was able to rise round after round, rung after rung into the finals, and then win the little Junior Golden Gloves championship.
Yes, sir.
Had the little trophies with the little boxing gloves.
Yeah.
Took them home and looked at them. The year was 19... But you know what? Even though I was the Junior Golden Gloves championship, well, the funny thing was, Muhammad Ali didn't want to fight me. Muhammad Ali didn't. He was a champion, I was a champion. I knew that I was the baddest in my little area, but he was the heavyweight champion of the world. Your philosophy and what you mastered made you the champion in your little area. But don't mess with Farrakhan in the nation. So the argument that you had, leave that sitting on the stool in your corner between rounds. You came here intending to fight Minister Patrick. You got books and letters and you've been studying and staying up all night with bad eyesight looking at the internet trying to argue with Islam. You want to come in here and represent some kind of ecumenical mismatch. Some kind of mixed, quilted philosophy. You want to come in here and bring your idea about nationalism and Garveyism, and you want to bring your scientific socialism and your cultural relevancy. Don't mean a scratch of me. Don't fight that man. He comes for Farrakhan. So this morning, we need to know what you're going to do to help Islam. Because as bad as Islam needs you, helping us in the ranks, you need Islam much more than Islam needs you. Now, time is on us, so let me just say this in closing. I came, Minister Patrick, prepared because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has asked me to travel the width and breadth of America in the capacity of his national spokesman and to give hope and spirit to the believer.
Yes, sir.
He gives to me a volume of a message, and that volume of a message contains uplift and it contains assignment for the believer.
Yes, sir.
But here in Phoenix, there is less need for that today than there is in other parts of the country, because just this past Friday,
Yes, sir.
you heard from Minister Farrakhan here in Phoenix. And in your hearing from him, you were instructed.
That's right.
We were instructed around the nation that we are to become the followers of Muhammad that we say to the world that we are. That we are to actually strive to live the Islam that we talk about. Y'all don't have to bear no witness. I know I'm talking about. We were instructed that we must once again lift up the moral standard of Islam and put Islam in the forefront of the struggle for freedom. We were instructed and reminded that because of our deviation from the path of Islam that has been given to us, we have endangered the position of relevance of the Nation of Islam in Black America. Time was that Nation of Islam members, FOI and MGT, were the savory seasoning in the stew of Black America. Whenever you went to any city, whenever you went to any town, you could count on the most distinctive and colorful characters in the community to be the Muslim followers of the messenger. When you went to Los Angeles, the West Point of the Nation of Islam, you could count on seeing those clean, tall, lean, well-dressed FOI on the streets on Central Avenue, on Broadway, all up and down the streets of Los Angeles. You knew you would see the mighty fruit of Islam. Is that right? When you drove down the Dan Ryan Expressway, you could count on looking to your left or right, depending on which direction you were traveling, and seeing the Muhammad Speaks sign over the Dan Ryan Expressway in red neon letters, right there next to the cold storage plant. If you drove a few more blocks, you could see the Muhammad's Temple No. 2 clothing store. Go a few more blocks and look at the Pioneer Office Building. Come up a few more blocks and look at the Guaranteed Bank and Trust. Go a few more blocks, look at the National House of the Nation of Islam. Then double back and see Muhammad's University and mosque there on Stone Island. The Nation of Islam was always at the forefront. Am I right about it? It was human capital. The figures became legendary in city after city in America. You went to Atlanta, it was a thing that you had to do. You had to go out on Bankhead Highway.
That's right.
And hear that tall, handsome, loud speaking, strong talking minister Abdul Rahman Muhammad at Mosque number 15. If you were in Newark, you had to go on South Orange Avenue. And you had to go hear the legendary son of thunder himself, Minister James Shabbat. If you were there, you don't hear me. If you were there in Philadelphia, you wondered what all the fuss was about. So you chose one of the 12 locations where Islam had been established in Philadelphia, and you hoped that on that Sunday you could hear Minister Jeremiah Shabbat teach the teachings of Islam. Wherever you went, the Muslims were and should be today the best. Is that all right? We fell off the horse. Don't get upset. Don't get upset. It's all right. We fell off the horse. I don't know why I'm making some cowboy references today. We fell off the horse. But we got to get back up and get back in the saddle again. How do you do it? It's because we rededicated ourselves to the principles. You can't deviate unless you first have been provided with the straight path. Negroes can't be the ones being addressed with a teaching about deviation because they never had a straight path to deviate from. The only ones that can talking about you and not me. But I'm certainly not talking about me and not you. That means that we have got to get back up on the horse. Now today, God is with you. I'm going to leave you by saying this. God is with you today. God has chosen to come to seek and to save us. I don't know why you're looking like you're sucking on lemons with hot sauce. I don't know why you look like you bricks this morning for breakfast with crumbled up razor blades. I don't know why you look sad and angry and evil and upset. Yes, you fell off the horse, but the horse hadn't gotten away. Get up out of the dust. And argues for your resurrection. There's nothing in the scripture that's about nobody but you. If it's about somebody else, it was temporarily for them and eternally for you. If it describes some history, it applied in a small way then, but it applies in a large way now.
That's right.
You all right? Yes. I only got a minute. I want to tell you something here from the Bible, which is, like Mr. Rockmar said, given to reading stories.
Come on.
It's given to giving narratives. And a lot of you that come to Phoenix, your family is back in Texas. Shut up, I know they are. You try to act like you're from California. Before they got from California, they're from Galveston. So anybody got all that many Texans in you, you like to hear a long story, you like a tall tale. But the Bible doesn't weave tall tales without purpose. It doesn't give stories without real reason. And the reason that God has revealed what he revealed is so that we can be resurrected. I want you to just stay with me for about 2 more minutes. Because we're in number 32.
Come on now.
We're in the midst of the desert. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Don't nothing grow in Phoenix. Was driving out to the event for Brother Salim last night. We passed many miles. Great selection of but we got a chance to become familiar with the topography of the Arizona desert. Nothing grew. And if you look in God's word, you find the metaphor of the desert applied to the condition of the minds of the planet. When you look in the Bible, you find the desert having symbolic reference to your and my utter lack of the ability to produce evidence that life has come along. When you look in there, in Phoenix in particular, you find not only a symbolic representation, but a real representation in the area around you. You see, Phoenix and places like this were not meant to be cities. This was not meant to be a population center with a nearly 3 million metropolitan population. That's white folks, they do that. They rebel against God. And they put cities where they don't belong. White folks knew about the San Andreas Fault. They knew about it hundreds of years ago. They looked at it. San Andreas Fault, the tectonic plates are rubbing against each other. And at some time in the future, we don't know when, there will be a cataclysmic earthquake, and much of California will be destroyed. All right, we understand that. Build it anyway. Why people crazy? Well, you love the devil, but they crazy. Devils went up in San Francisco where the San Andreas Fault called reaches its northern zenith, and then they built a city on some hills on a peninsula jutting out into water on 3 sides. The city is already been destroyed once. Then they come on TV, they was on the Discovery Channel last month saying it's another one coming, we don't know when. White folks ain't moving. They right in San Francisco. Then they fill up the city with as much sin as they can find. Political sin, chemical sin, sexual sin, any kind of sin they can find. Just fill it up, put it in San Francisco. White folks is crazy. They so greedy. You know, you're not supposed to build a city at the mouth of the Mississippi River on the Gulf of Mexico, below sea level, between 6 and 18 feet below sea level, on a bend in the Mississippi River. But they did it because they were greedy. They wanted to have a shipping outpost to take the furs that they were trapping further up the Mississippi near St. Louis and bring those furs on barges down to the foot of the Mississippi and ship them over to Paris and charge exorbitant fees for them and get rich. So they built New Orleans in direct contravention to geological wisdom. White folks have been crazy a long time, but you've been their slaves a long time. So you picked up the craziness from them. And you and I do stuff that don't make no sense, and we know it don't make no sense. We go in the supermarket, in the store, in the gas station, and read a pack of cigarettes that got a big sign on it. The Surgeon General has declared that cigarette smoking is harmful to your health. It's going to cause emphysema, cancer, and low birth weight in babies. Then you take your hard-earned money. You're working at McDonald's. So for you to buy a pack of cigarettes, you got to give up an hour's wage. You reach in your pocket and pay a man to kill you. Let me have a pack of cigarettes, but wait, don't forget to take my money. We crazy. And our minds have been lost. The Muslims have the straight path, but the problem is we deviate. And we need to get back on the right path and start practicing some recreation. How did the messenger say it? He said that we will make hard work like child's play. Is that right? I'm not telling you to be childish. I'm trying to tell you that we should become childlike. Childlike and childish is different. Childish is selfish. I, me, mine. Gimme, gimme, gimme. You become the spiritual equivalent of Daffy Duck. All mine, mine. Anybody get a feel with you? You're despicable. Holding on for myself. Childlike is different. That's what Jesus is talking about. He said, suffer the little children. You can't enter the kingdom unless you come as a child. When you come as a child, you're childlike, you're curious, you're inquisitive. You're willing to be shaped and molded because you know that you don't know. And you're willing to learn from somebody who you recognize as knowing. That's why we got to be childlike and not childish in the desert to get back up on the horse and participate in some recreation. Come on. Is that all right? Let's look at Isaiah. We're going on home now because it's getting hot in here. Patrick, I know you're in Phoenix. You thought nobody was going to notice. It's the devil's curl now. I know you thought the devil wore a perm, but he bumped it up a little bit. Let me ask you to direct your attention somewhere so we can close out quickly. In the Bible, if you have it. Because the Bible and the Quran serve as companions in our education. Mr. Rahman and Mr. Wazir will bear witness, as well Brother Abdul Wahid Muhammad, the first man to see the new, resurrected, redeemed, resuscitated, and rededicated Minister Farrakhan. They'll bear me witness that the Bible and the Quran are like the hook and the jab.
Come on, like teach.
The Bible and the Quran combined can give us an understanding. The Quran, this book, there is no doubt in it. The Bible, however, has been tampered with. And therefore, the Honorable Muhammad teaches us it must be reinterpreted so that man and mankind will not be snared by the falsehoods that have been added to it. But one of the things we find, Mr. Aisha, in the Bible today is that there is a clear scriptural theme that the enemy tried to obscure under false linguistic references.
Come on now.
Arcane and obtuse verbal references. They tried to give you a coating of Shakespearean Elizabethan English to make it difficult for you to understand. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has to come and decipher and untangle the Bible by the guidance of Master Farad Muhammad so you can see yourself in it. This Bible is like your high school yearbook.
Come on.
When you get the old high school yearbook, it seems like brother got to go back way back to the 1980s. Get his high school yearbook. When he looks in the high school yearbook, he don't look for your picture. He look for his. I don't care if you're on the debate team, the swimming team, wherever you flip to that page. Look to see yourself, and then you frame a reference for how everybody else is. In the Bible, we got to look at it again like we're looking for ourselves. Scholars say that the Bible in whole or total is represented by one particular book of the Bible.
Come on.
This book is called the Bible in miniature because as the Bible contains 66 various different books, 39 in the Old Testament and 27 in the New, so does this particular book of the Bible contain 66 chapters.
Come on now.
27 in the first intellectual dispensation, or 39 in the first intellectual dispensation, and 27 after that. This book is called the heart of the Bible because it is the book that Jesus quoted when he spoke.
Come on now.
When Jesus said, "It is written," he was referring to this book of the Bible. And when you and I talk about Jesus, we might as well set the record straight. Because the year is 2006. And ain't no need in you and I jiving about it. When we refer to Jesus, we're referring to a man who spends much of his time right here in Phoenix, Arizona. And maybe back here today. When we talk about Jesus, we're talking about Minister Louis Farrakhan. He's the man walking the path of Jesus. He's the man doing the work of Jesus. He's the man who got the enemies of Jesus. He's the man who got the friends of Jesus. His circumstances like that of Jesus. He is the one whose stripes heal us. He's the one whose bleeding cleanses us. He's the one whose lifestyle rescues us. He's the one who description that should be familiar to us at number 32.
Come on.
Verse 1 1 reads like this. It said, the wilderness and the solitary place shall be glad for them, and the desert shall rejoice and blossom as the rose. I'm going to stop right there. You see, the book is presupposing that we were listening to Minister Wazir. The book now is presupposing that we heard Minister Rock. The book is presupposing that when Minister Aisha spoke and when Minister Hugh gave a presentation and Minister Charles edified us and when we heard from Minister Kareem that we were actually paying attention. The book now is presupposing that we are ready to go across the finish line. That we've already come out of the starting gates. We've made our way around that front turn and we come down that back stretch and now we hit that 18th pole. Watch out there now. Come down the home stretch. The book supposes that we understand that when you talk about the rejoicing of the desert, it's connected to a people who have determined that they are going to get up out of the dust. Come on. They're going to remount their steed. They're going to get back on their deed. Come on. They're going to begin to obey Allah. They're going to turn from our wicked ways and seek God's face. That if we will get up and do these things, then there's a certain joy in the very environment. That the desert, which had not yielded fruit or life for a long time, would begin to rejoice and blossom as the rose. The desert is not just that which we see around us, but it is the lifelessness of the creative mind of black people in the wilderness of North America. I only got a minute, I got to talk to you. The desert says in verse 2, shall blossom abundantly and rejoice even with joy and singing. The glory of Lebanon shall be given unto it, and the excellence of Carmel and Sharon. They shall see the glory of the Lord and the excellency of our God. Come on now. Oh, we're coming close to the end now. Look at here. Come on. The desert is going to bloom. You see, in that part of the world, when you get into geohistory, you find that the desert where Carmel and Sharon are today was once the chief primary agricultural region of that area. It was the breadbasket of the Middle East. Carmel and Sharon provided great fruits and vegetables, leeks and garlic, and they provided dates and they provided palms for those in that area to feast on. Is that right? But something happened and it became desiccated and turned into desert. But here the scripture writer says that the glory of Lebanon, Carmel, and Sharon is going to be restored. Yes, sir. And the world will know the glory of the Lord and the excellency of our God. Minister Rahman said earlier that Allah is our God. Yes, sir. I don't want their God. Come on now. I don't want the God of Evan Meacham. Come on. I don't want the God of Barry Goldwater. I don't want the God of the ruling fathers of Arizona. I don't want the God of George W. Bush. I don't want the God of white people. I want our God. And if we got the same God that they got, we need to hang it up right now. If we got the same God that they got, that's the God that allowed you to be kidnapped. Same God that let you be a slave. Same God that you prayed to, the same God as your master, and the God let you be a slave and let master be a master. I don't want that God. If I'm praying to God, you can trust that I'm praying for my master. Oh yes. But I'm praying that he'll be dead by morning. Applaud on that. That sounds terrible. I thought this is a spiritual meeting. I thought it was spiritual. Now you're going to talk about spiritual things. And he's praying for the death of Caucasians. And it's just not right. And that's just how they talk on the brother side. Get up out of there. And I want you dead. And if it's a time of war, you got to make sure that you see that the enemy is the one that does all the dying. That's right. Verse 3 in chapter 35 says, strengthen ye the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees. Say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your God will come with vengeance, even God with a recompense. He will come and save you.
That's right.
Oh, this is beautiful scripture. Because it makes a clear line, it makes a clear dichotomy between the good and the evil. You see, your God is coming with recompense, which means a balance. The emblem or the symbol of justice is a blindfolded woman holding a scale which establishes balance. It says that she's impartial and all she cares about is what weighs on the scales of justice. God is telling you now that he holds the scales of justice. And he's coming to establish justice, and that part of that justice is vengeance. Don't get upset with God for having vengeance on the slave master. Some of you, in spite of your bow ties and in spite of your headpieces, you still harbor a secret love for the white. That's right. Yeah, you cower in the darkness of your pride. With your love for the white man. You're desperately searching a way for you to be in the nation of Islam and still see the survival of the white man. You lynch on to certain scriptures that you think mean that a few whites will survive. And you love that part. I'm a remnant of the people. You love the enemy. God don't love the enemy. He's coming with vengeance. And he's coming to save you. If he's coming to save you, and there's only room for one in the lifeboat, the peckerwood got to stay in the water. The eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped. I didn't say deaf with a TH on the end. I said it like my grandma used to say, the ears of the deaf. She was from down there in Rising Sun, Indiana. Deaf. See, but the blind gonna see in the deaf. Yes. Then the lame man is gonna leap like a deer, and the tongue of the dumb will sing. For in the wilderness shall waters break out, and streams in the desert. I know you're glad I said streams in the desert. The beautiful exegesis from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that Minister Rahman gave to us about America. She got date palm gardens on the west coast, fig gardens on the east coast, cornfields in between, and rivers up the middle. Is that right? But in the desert, there's precious little. In Black America, our creative and self-rulership instinct seems to be all but dead. We seem to be unable to nourish the dream of nationhood, self-determination, freedom, justice, or equality without the water of the wisdom of God. But here comes the water now, a river in the desert. And so life will spring anew. Is that all right? Yes, sir. And the parched ground shall become a pool, and the thirsty land springs of water. In the habitation of dragons, where each dragon lay, shall be grass with reeds and rushes. What that means is the dragon is the devil. That's the white man. That's the enemy. Satan. He's the dragon. But in his habitation, where he has laid and made his lair, you'll find instead of the fiery sting of the dragon's tongue, you'll find grass and marshes overgrowing the dragon, meaning that he's becoming so irrelevant he can't do nothing to you even if he intends to. I like when Minister Rahman says every day before he go out and hit the streets, he say, Bismillah. You call on the protection of Allah when you go out. Is that right? God ain't gonna let nothing happen to you and you believe in him more than you believe in us. Is that right? And they seek to harm you, but he's immobilized. And his lair is overgrown with grass and rushes and reeds and marshes. Is that all right? And a highway, listen, this is the part that Minister was talking about last Friday. Verse 8 said, and a highway shall be there. We're talking in the wilderness there. We're talking in the desert. And a highway shall be there, and a way, and it shall be called, listen, brace yourself now, put on your seatbelt. It shall be called the way of holiness. The way of holiness. I want to remind you, it doesn't say it shall be called the way of self-righteous hypocrisy. It's not called the way of judgmentalism. It's not called the way of snobbishness. It's not called the way of religious exclusivity. It's called instead the way of holiness. Holy is that which has been cleansed and consecrated and dedicated to the service of God. That's right. Every one of you here today, whether you got high on the way over here this morning, whether you danced the night away last night, whether you were trying to do something scandalous,
Go ahead, come on.
whether you engaged last night in some rascality, some tribulation, some scandalosity, whether you was janky from the jump, God knows who he came to save. And if he comes to make you holy and purify you, to sanctify you and consecrate you, if God comes to do that, you can't resist him. That's why when you are called today to stand up, only the most fearful rabbit-blooded of you, only the weakest Negro in this room will sit in their chair and say, I can't help Minister Folk. I won't help him because I'm not right yet. I won't help him because I don't know everything yet. You don't know everything about Islam, and you will not ever learn everything. One thing that's true, everything you do know about the world of this devil is that he's no good. Everything you know about it. But the highway is called the highway of holiness. Now look at it now. The unclean shall not pass over it. The unclean is not going to pass over. Now the unclean does not mean those who temporarily got dirty. See, I felt Paul come over the place. Unclean, I'm through. You thought it was over. The unclean can't make it. Oh my goodness. Brother and sister, it doesn't say that the temporarily dirty. See, you and me is temporarily dirty. Yes, sir. If we are scrimmaging the Caucasian in this world, the only way for you to stay completely clean in a time of scrimmage is for you never to get onto the field. In high school, when you play football, college, it's a shame to come back in, brother, you know, at the end of the game with a clean uniform. You hurry back in the locker room change. Because during the hour of the contest, you were not involved in the conflict. Huh? Right. The only thing you worry about the dirt on your uniform, that means you're engaging Satan. That means you and Satan is popping pads right now. Go ahead. See, but if the only way you can stay clean is never to get in the game, then don't worry about a little stain on your uniform. Come on, right? It's a badge of honor when you come into the locker room with the opposite team's helmet colors all over the place. When you come into the locker room with grass stains all over the uniform pants and clumps of dirt inside your face mask. So I know when you come back into the locker room with blood on your uniform and snot on your uniform, I can make a snot out of somebody. Satan got you a little dirty because you're popping pads with that devil. Don't worry about how dirty you're getting right now. Get up off the field. Scrimmage him again. Drive. Come on. Drive. Come on. Drive. And when you get finished, and God calls you in the locker room, get in the shower. Get clean. Come on. And know that you are not of the unclean. You just got cleaned up. Is that all right? Yes, y'all all right? Yes, sisters, you understand the football analogy. Look at this now. The unclean will pass on this highway. But it shall be for those, the wayfaring men. Though fools, they shall not err therein. That's that Shakespearean language. But look, it simply means that if you are traveling in this cause, the highway of holiness is for you. Why do you think our great brother, the resident of Phoenix, Brother Jamil Muhammad, gave the title to his collection of essays about the minister, Farrakhan the Traveler? Why do you think that it says he's a special spokesman? What is it about Minister Farrakhan that reminds us that he's the first to lead us onto the highway of holiness in following the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, in submitting and bearing witness to the great Master Farad Muhammad? Why? It's because it's going to be for the wayfaring men. And then this language says, though fools, they shall not err therein. It does not mean that any of us are fools, but it means that we make mistakes. We make miscues. Even the smartest of us, the most experienced of us will tell you, and that's the beauty of their experience, that they made some errors. It took a lot for Minister Rahman, one of the messengers and the minister's most powerful helpers, a distinctive voice on the landscape of Black America, to stand in front of us today, his family, and tell us that he thought he would never leave the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, but it happened. And that it was the agency of men like Brother Wahid and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan getting him back in the saddle again. Now once you're back in the saddle again, it's like riding a bike. You don't never forget how to get it going. Is that right? Next thing you know, you'll be seeing Brother Rahman riding side. Reaching in his saddlebags, pulling out a double barrel, clicking it, and firing on the slot. Knocking off that.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I was riding.
He was riding something.
He came up to the roster and said, Pilgrim, I want to tell you.
He was riding.
We're on the highway of holiness. Is that all right?
Yes, sir.
You're not going to err so your mistakes hurt you. Verse 9 said, no lion shall be there. Now, that's L-I-O-N. It's also true that no L-Y-I-N shall be there. But it said no lion shall be there, nor any ravenous beast shall go up thereon. It shall not be found there, but the redeemed shall walk there. See, you're afraid of the beasts. That's our problem. We're afraid. Some of us, I see the papers, brother. I see the numbers. We don't go out on Saturday with the car. We don't take the paper out. We don't knock on the doors anymore. You know why we don't do it? It's fear. Fear of poverty from our job. Fear that we'll be rejected. Fear that we'll be laughed at. Fear that we won't have this or won't have that. So the fear keeps us in. Some places it's the fear of the lion, the fear of the beast, the fear of the authorities of white America. I looked at the beautiful picture that Brother Wazir brought in for us from the Muhammad speaks of Brother Chester. Recently departed Brother Chester.
Yes, sir.
Selling the Muhammad Speaks newspaper.
Yes, sir.
And he was on the street selling the paper, unrepentant, unbowed, unbent, mouth open, head back. Muhammad Speaks. And next to him you see a police officer. And the police officer had his head down. All he was doing was writing a ticket. He may have been writing brother a ticket, but brother was punching his ticket together with that final law. You're like Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz. Come on. Lions and tigers and bears. If you want to see lions, tigers, or bears, you better wait until sports season and go to Chicago or Detroit. That's right. In the meantime, remember that in the spiritual realm, the highway of holiness is your road to walk.
Yes, sir.
That you must get busy and get after our people. And teach them the teachings of the messenger, because there is no other thing for us to do. Look at what happens now in verse 10 as we close. It said, and the ransomed of the Lord shall return and come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall pass away. Oh, good God Almighty. The ransomed of the Lord shall return. That word ransom to me puts me in the mind of a certain portion of the criminal code. Just like when you hear, you know, like you see your Snoop Dogg on the way to the mosque. Then 2 blocks away from the mosque, you switch over from CD to the all news station. So when you pull up in the mosque lot, they told all news all the time. But in that area right before you got here, he was listening to Snoopy. One day, 7. Oh, undercover. You know what a 187 is? Because you're today with the criminal code. Is that right? Some of you start out trying to get down with a 211 and end up in a 187. You know what a 211 is because you're familiar with the criminal code. But when you see the word ransom, doesn't it flash a part of the criminal code in your mind? Come on now. When a person is ransomed, they have been victims of the crime of kidnapping. Is that right or wrong? Yeah. Now here's where the scripture becomes specifically, pointedly, directly, singular about you and me. There is no other people in the history of the world who have ever been able to be called the ransomed of the Lord. There's no other people that have ever been ransomed or kidnapped wholesale in the millions from their home and brought into a strange land among strange people. You see, kidnapping implies that there has been either the forcible or deceptive removal of a resident from their place of domicile or residence, and then they're spiriting away to an unknown hidden location to be held against their will and unlawfully imprisoned. That's what kidnapping actually is. That's what happened to you and me, isn't it? We were either deceived or outright gaffled.
That's right.
Come on, let's go. Gaffled.
That's right.
We were brought 9,000 miles. Ransom.
Come on.
And the enemy now believes he can hold us forever. But I say to you as we prepare to leave that there is a God on the scene. Who is willing to serve as our Savior and our Redeemer. And when you redeem, you come to pay the ransom to get back what is of value to you. He's paying the price and the enemy thinks he's slick. Yeah, Farad? Yeah, I got your Negro. Yeah, I got him. And if you ever want to see him again, I'm going to need umpteen trillions of dollars and more time. Put it in a beat up old bag. Bring it out to the cave out there on the way to Brother Salim's. Put it on the cave, leave, and whatever you do, no police. They don't want the law involved because they know that the penalty is death. And I'm here to tell you that Allah has come to redeem and save you and me. He has come to recompense and balance this world's order of justice. He comes to vengefully see to it that the enemy is put to death. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan used to spin chills down my spine when he would sing in white man's black. Come on, yes sir. He would sing cash, lay it out. Then at the end he would say, our God has come to give us heaven. Then he would pause and take the devil into, we can listen.
Having a good spiritual time with us. All praise due to our brothers and sisters. Can I see with a show of hands our very first time guests? If this is your very first time attending Mosque, Mama's Mosque number 32, raise your hand. Come on, all praise due to Allah. How many of our first-time guests, visitors, and all of us here today believe that what you heard today is good for us and good for the community in general. Raise your hand on that truth that you heard today. All praise to people. Now, can I say all the road? Very first-time guests, I know you want to learn more about what you heard today, so come on, stand on your feet so we can see all of those who want to learn more. Don't be shy. Hey, come on down.
Out of all you brothers and all the rest of you sisters, let me know if you heard what you heard from these great titans of faith, and you know that what they said is true, and you're not afraid. See, this question is not for you if you're just a straight up punk. But if you're not afraid to stand up and do something, I don't care if you can't do nothing but lick stamps on an envelope. I don't care if you can't do nothing but make a phone call and say, brothers, come this way. But if you can do something for the rise of our people and help Minister Patrick to get up off of this place of enigma and inertia where we find ourselves now, then you stand up. If you like the minister, you want to do something, you don't know what you can do. You may not be ready to put on a bow tie today or a long white dress tonight, but you want to know what you can do to help. If that describes you, then you stand up too and let us recognize you and welcome you to this place. Your orientation? Yeah. Tell me something.
Orientation right there.
You're in orientation class right
Right
here.
there, already.
All right. So, brother, what you gonna do? You register? Next week, class A. So I can know what's happening. We gotta tighten back up. We gotta be like Archie Bell and Drill. Just right, you know, play it when the people come in the mouth. Tighten up, because that's the only way we can make it up. I'm gonna ask you, what you want to do? Yes, sir.
Can you get up? Come on up here.
Come on, brother, come on. Son?
We'll raise up the greatest army of the original natives of this guy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then.
Well, then come on up in there. That's what we about. Come on up. What you doing?
I'll go back to the res and tell them about this.
You gonna go back to the red? Come on up here. We're gonna tell you what to do. Has taught us that we are the same people. You fall for the okie doke, the flame and the murder. But you believe that our brother on the reservation is different from our brother in the ghetto. No, we're the same people. The same dog bit you, bit us. Is that right? Who else? I want to know. I'm looking. I'm like Bobby Womack. I'm looking for him. Come on. No, in the silk t-shirt. Yes, sir.
Got 4 letters right here.
You got 4. Oh, you processing. You got 4 letters right there. He played it safe, didn't he? Brother Dennis in the room because Dennis knows. Like, I can say this, but I'll tell you, I went through a whole pad of that paper because some people don't write real neat, don't write that good at all. But you got to write that safely. I mean, you got to write it, and it was hey, what do you do what you got to do. Now, sisters and brothers who are standing here, let me just say a word on behalf of our Minister Louis Farrakhan. On behalf of Minister Tony Muhammad, his regional representative from Los Angeles. On behalf of Minister Patrick our brother. Don't call him the local representative because there's nothing local about my brother. He's the Phoenix representative of the Nation of Islam and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. On their behalf, I'd like to welcome you to the struggle to free our people. You won't understand everything at first, but heck, you're going to have a great time on the way to heaven and you're going to save some lives. Is that all right? Give them a great big round of applause. Now, for real, give them the applause they really deserve. Listen, that's what I told me to tell you. You home. It's your house.
That's right.
General, this is your house. Brothers, this is your house. You have a place and a place of safety throughout this area. Sisters, this is a zone where no harm will come to you. That's right. When you process and grow into the life of an MGT, this is an army dedicated to your protection.
That's right.
It ain't gonna be nobody making no mistakes with you. That's right. Getting in a courtroom and flim-flamming and finagling around some words to justify their abuse of you, then go out in society to try to abuse your daughter. Hell no. We're not going for that. If somebody touch one of these, it's our obligation not to send them to the hospital or the clinic.
That's right.
We gotta send them either to the crematory, the mausoleum, or the cemetery. And then when a brother like that take care of the business, we gotta make sure we take care of the brother wherever he has to go. If he upstate, he can be living good in the penitentiary. And it's a place of honor with Allah.
Let me say this. When you bother one of us, I'll show you why it's so necessary to be with us. When you bother one of us, and you might run off to jail to get away. Now we'll break the law just to go to jail to take care of yourself. Because when you bother us, the nigga rather be in jail than to face us. Because the punishment the white man give him ain't nothing compared to what we gonna give him. But we ain't gonna let him get away. But to rape you, sister.